Hi everyone, this is Heather. Today I wanted to talk about food. You know, depriving yourself of food allows you to be closer to God when you spend time in God's Word. And I realized that one of the hardest idols to defeat is food, is because we have to eat it every day and we have to have self control. But at the same time, we have to select what foods are good for us. So I've been really thinking about how I can't have chips in the house, or I can't have any type of processed food, or I can't have unhealthy sugar that I need to choose, like sugars that are natural, like maybe date syrup. I think they also have something that comes from a cactus, and I have to choose brown rice over white rice. I have to choose fruits, vegetables, and meat over something that is, maybe made in a lab. We don't even know. So you always have to try to choose like organic food. And I think it is good to limit the amount of meals that you have, because it does bring you closer to God, and you don't actually need a lot of food to survive. I realize that people just eat out of wanting to eat or put something in their mouth, or because they just want to taste something. But that taste easily goes away, and you have to realize that what is the reason for eating? I think the reason for eating is just to provide energy so that you can have a body to do God's will in. And I realized that I only need like one meal a day to survive. And I think that picking the foods that have the highest amount of nutrients, like antioxidants, like berries, or like green vegetables, like eating salads and soups, I think those are the best ways. And also adding a lot of spices to your food. So I think, that's why Middle Eastern culture is so rich, is because they have so many spices, and you can change the amount of spice, you can omit the spice, you can try it on anything, and it really does taste good with chili if you want to try that, because that's what we've been eating. But I find that, I have clarity of mind, and I find that my skin is much better. Like, it doesn't have pimples, and I just find that my body, it's not feeling heavy, it's not gaining weight as fast as if I would eat processed foods. And you also just feel like you're free, you're not tied to those things once you establish a disciplined life and choosing like what type of meals exactly you want to have, and how having those meals is rich. And you can also, try different combinations of things. There's so many like combinations of foods that you can do that you'll never get bored with, even the healthy stuff. But we choose to eat the processed things because it's so much easier than cooking or learning how to make a delicious recipe. And I also encourage you to not feed into the spirit of gluttony, because you don't want to have, diabetes or hypertension, or like anything, like even backaches, because obesity can cause that, and diabetes causes, a lot of things. So you really have to be careful, because they're all associated with each other. I can say this from experience, because I worked as a pharmacist, and I saw a lot of people, they just had one disease, and it would cause like all these other diseases, and they couldn't get out of it. And it's like, even if they eat their pills, they can't even improve. And so I just want to, say that from just personal experience, and also like from me gaining weight and me overindulging. Pick and choose your battles, and let your body live long, and don't let it suffer, because suffering unnecessarily is not wisdom. So today I pray you would take care of your bodies, and learn what veggies you like to eat or fruits you like to eat, and try different combinations with meat, because you can even cook fruit, even though not a lot of people like that. But it's something that you can acquire as a taste, and in the end, like, I truly believe that you can enjoy it, even though if you have to, keep trying different things. I used to not like fruit in my salads, but now I can eat fruit. And I also pray that you would live long lives, blessed lives, abundant lives, and that you would be able to create like the Creator created fruit, but you would be co-creating with Him. And just enjoy being in the kitchen with Jesus, and maybe you'll come up with something that you can teach the world. So I pray that you have a wonderful day. Bye.